Hello guys, welcome to sportsbookreview.com. Natalie Rydstrom here, and we've got Team Bankroll in the house, previewing the top 5 soccer leagues and delivering our very best bets. So obviously you go through Premier League, Serie A, La Liga, Ligue 1 and the Bundesliga. And often we have anywhere between 8 and 10 tips each. At the end, we'll run through all our tips that we're going for the weekend, including a banker and a 2-team parlay. The banker we put 2 units on. So far this season, we are up 21.9 units of profit, which is excellent. We definitely had a hard week last week. But listen, before we start, let me introduce Team Bankroll. We've got Martin Green, Stuart from Tipster HQ, and Alex from Need for Tips. Alex, I'm going to start with you. Obviously, it was a bit of all Martin missed last week, and of all the weeks that you could miss, last week was the one to miss. We all lost lots of money, unfortunately.
I'm lucky I missed that one. That was a horrible weekend. I couldn't have picked a better weekend to miss, actually.
I know. Do you know what I was thinking as well? Because I actually didn't play it, that Juventus and the under 3.5, under 4.5, that we've been making so much money on. You jumped on that boat sort of like in the beginning. 3-3 to Parma. It was not only was it not under, but Juventus did not win.
Crazy. Bayern Munich as well, Borussia Dortmund, Liverpool, so many, PSG, so many big favourites all just failed. It was terrible for bettors. Really good for the bookmakers, sadly.
I know. Well, listen, they've got to earn some money, don't they? They've got to keep their lights on. Alex, and obviously Bundesliga, we were sort of going on about goals. There was a sort of a serious lack of goals over in Germany. Looking obviously to this week, I've seen that we're back on obviously the Bundesliga betting. Do you think things are going to turn around and we will be back to seeing the high-scoring Bundesliga that we know and love?
Let me tell you, I have 2 reasons why last week was so bad. First of all, Martin missed the show, and he took all the luck with him. And,
it's his fault. I knew it.
No luck remains to us, you know. And second of all, my hairdresser, I don't know how you call it, was out of town and couldn't cut my hair last week. So I actually cut my hair this week, and he brought me all the luck back. This is why we have a great week. I feel that many units of profit will come for us and for our fans, our viewers, our friends, because once again we have so many live people on chat. Barsaman, Longbow, Ivanildo, Pronosticos Deportivos, our guy, Walla Walla, Sean, lots of love to everybody, Rose Sniper, Dash. Glad, happy to see you guys on the chat, and thank you once again for watching our show.
Yes. I have to say, I thought you were looking a little different there, Alex. So obviously you've just had a haircut. And Stuart from Tipster HQ. I see obviously your machine has been very busy, but not on, actually no, sorry, I stand corrected. When I last looked, you did not have, you've added 2 Premier League tips, and one of them being Tottenham.
Yes. It's going to be an interesting evening. For those of you that like big odds tips, definitely stick around, because tonight is the night. From what I can see, there's some massive ones here.
The night is the night. All right. And so we've got 10 tips from Stuart, 10 from myself, 10 from Alex, and maybe Martin slightly missing, making up for missing last week, has got 12. There we go.
I'm trying to make up for lost
quickly
time
before
here.
we start, this is how we are doing. Martin, big spike green, up in first there, 19.8 units of profit, an ROI of 109.2. Alex, 8 units of profit, 103.3 ROI. Stuart, 6.2. And an ROI of 103.6. And me, I was so close last week. I'd like -5, I'm -12, -12.1, and an ROI of 95.4. So please listen to the team. I am the host, just sharing my tips, aiming to get up in profit by the end of the season. Okay, we are going to start off with, as we always do, up in Premier League and then work our way through, then going over to Ligue 1. So first one is Fulham versus Manchester United. And interesting, so I'm going to start with Martin. Martin has started a really cool sort of article series. So on a Monday, he releases early odds. It's over on Odds Market. He releases early odds, the opening odds for the Premier League, and then he delves back into it on Thursday, today, and sees where the lines have moved, if there's still value in things. And then on Monday, he sort of predicts the line movements. And it was, for those who read the Monday, there was some some good money to be made. You were liking Manchester United. The odds dropped. People jumped on it. Are you still going for Manchester United? Still some value.
Yeah, I did say you should get on Man United sooner rather than later. They were 1.7 at the time. They've since gone in with a lot of bookmakers, but you can still get 1.65 I got today, which I still think is a decent price with bookmakers like Betway. So I still think there's value there. Man United have won every game apart from one since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over. They beat Fulham 4-1 earlier this season. And given Fulham's struggles, they're still stuck in the relegation zone. You would expect the resurgent Man United to beat them. So I do think that's a good price and a good one for any accumulators too.
Absolutely. But I'm sure by tomorrow that price will be gone. So if you do like Manchester United, now is the time. Alex, what do you like?
Talking about an Akabet, we have the show in 53 minutes from now. And yes, one of my from the winning parlay, I have Manchester United to win, straight bet. But for the best bet show, I'm going Manchester United and over 1.5 goals in the match at 1.5. If they did it with Mourinho, because they won the first match against Fulham, of course it was on their turf 4-1. But I think that this time under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think that they are a great side. I think that their squad has improved a lot from the time that they changed their manager. And let me tell you, they have an interesting match next week with Paris Saint-Germain and in Champions League. And I think that there are pretty good chances to see Manchester United pulling off the upset and qualifying in the next stage of the Champions League. But till that time, I am going Manchester United and over 1.5 goals at 1.9.
Yeah, very as well. Yeah, to remember the Champions League fixtures as well. I'm going to go for the Alex Classic in this one, 2.01. Many are doubting me on this one, but Fulham are not a bad home team. It's their road side that's letting them down. They've only not scored 3 times in 13 games here. One was to their opener, Bournemouth and West Ham. So I think that they will find the back of the net in this one, especially with Manchester United one eye on their Champions League fixture. So you get that for 2.01. And actually, just also, next week, we are going to roll back out our Team Bankroll t-shirt giveaway because next week is Valentine's Day. So we're going to show a bit of Team Bankroll love. And we're going to send one of you a t-shirt. So far, we've given 2 away, both happy t-shirt owners. And we are going to do the same again on Valentine's Day. So please save the date. And we are looking for your best bet. Must be over 1.7. And obviously a winning tip. And we will put and do a little raffle and then decide on the winner. Okay, Crystal Palace versus West Ham. Stuart.
Yes.
West Ham.
Tonight is going to be an interesting one. Of my 10 tips, 7 of them are odds above 3, I think. So it's going to be fun. Starters you mean to go on. I'm going to go on the away team. Odds of 3.8 with Bet Victor. West Ham, they're a side that are a little bit strange. They can put in really good performances and then be completely abject. I've not been a big fan this year. I don't think I've put any money on them so far this year, but if this one comes off, it will be very, very nice.
Yeah, I agree with you, to be honest with you. There's definitely the value there. Both teams not very good. If you're going to put money on, you may as well go for that higher price of 3.9 there. Huddersfield versus Arsenal. Start with our resident Gunners fan, Martin.
Yeah, this was another one that I suggested getting on sooner rather than later, and the price has dropped again a little bit. But I do think there's value to be had there as well. Arsenal and Huddersfield have played 3 times since the Terriers were promoted last season. Arsenal have won all of them. They haven't destroyed them. It was 1-0 earlier this season. But I still think that they're a better team. And even away from home, they should be able to overcome Huddersfield. If they don't, there'll be an inquest as to why they didn't manage to beat the team that's rock bottom of the league and 8 points adrift of safety. So Arsenal win 1.64 has to be.
Yes. All right. So Martin on the Gunners win here. Alex.
Yeah, I'm talking with Pronosticos Deportivos because I'm still waiting for pictures from him and from William Apono, who received the t-shirts with Team Bankroll. And Pronosticos Deportivos is always saying next week, but maybe he forgot to wash it, and maybe next week he will wash it finally, and he will wear it with pride and make a picture with it. I'm going with the Gunners. Yes, I'm going Arsenal -1 on the Asian handicap at 2.1. I gave it out on Twitter a few days ago. 2 units play for me, one of the bankers on Twitter. I'm still thinking if to make it my banker for this show or not, because I have many other games which I like very much, but I'm going Arsenal -1 on the Asian handicap at 2.1. I was just chatting with our friend Huddersfield big fan John Smith, who was saying that he has Town at 17-1 to avoid relegation. He put £6 into this one, the beer money, and he believes that he has chances to win it. Well, I want them to stay, but I don't think that they will stay. So probably next year they will fight to come back in Premier League. Till that time, Arsenal will destroy them. Arsenal -1 on the Asian handicap at 2.1.
Yeah, I gave both of those bets actually for on the Premier League Punter show. Arsenal win and Arsenal -1. Slightly, you don't know, on the road they might get a 1-0 win. You get your money back. I'm just going to go for the straight Arsenal win because I need to make some money. I don't want my money back. I want it in my pocket. So Arsenal win 1.65. And then and then here we do have John. John thinks that Huddersfield could be getting a point or 3 here. That's not what you said yesterday.
A pint, he wanted to say. A pint or 3 pints.
A pint.
Pints.
Pint.
Or pints, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yes, you may
3
need
pints.
a pint or 3. Yes. Sean Mack, though, interestingly, he's going to pass because he says, I don't trust them. He obviously doesn't trust Arsenal. All right.
Fair enough.
Don't blame him.
Fair enough.
Don't blame him.
Southampton versus Cardiff. And I'm really pleased. I was tempted to whether to make this my best bet. And I did have, again, like I said, a sneaky read of Martin's article. I need to not do that. I need to do it after the show. I was just reading it. So I just fancied the read. And so I could see. What are you going for, Martin?
Home win, Southampton. They've been revitalised since Hasenhüttl took over as manager, proving to be a bit of a masterstroke from the Southampton board there. I also axed the football director, Les Reed, and it's a whole new era there, and they've responded very well. Cardiff keep picking up results, shock results, and they might just battle against relegation. But most of those results are at home. They're very poor on the road. And I think, St Mary's is a difficult place to go nowadays. Arsenal lost there, but nothing too special about that anymore. But that was the catalyst for a very good run of form for Southampton. They haven't lost in 6 games, and I think they'll win this one. So I got 1.77 on the home team there.
Yeah, I agree with you, and just also want to reiterate that Cardiff can't score on the road. Just 7, and you combine that with their 1 win, 9 losses. And just 2 draws there. So really don't fare well on the road. I'm just going to up it a little bit. I'm doing Saints and the under 4.5 goals, also known as your classic, Martin, for odds of 2. Saints and the under 4.5 goals. Yes, because I don't think we're going to see a lot of scoring action in this one, and certainly not from Cardiff.
No.
Watford versus Everton. I did not read what you were going for this one. I did have a lean on this one. Watford draw, no bet. What do you like?
I'm going for both teams to score in this one. Everton are in terrible form. Marco Silva's in trouble because, their form's been bad. They're dropping points. They lost 3-1 to Wolves last time out. But they are good going forward. They typically get on the score sheet. Same with Watford. I think Burnley are the only team that have failed to score at Vicarage Road this season, or certainly in the last 4 or 5 months. So, I think we'll see both teams to score in this one at 1.73. I think it's going to be a good open game with lots of chances. So, looking forward to this one.
All right, sweet. And Tottenham, Leicester. Myself and Stuart are on this one. I have to say, a few people have been doubting. They do have injuries, Kane, Dele Alli, but Tottenham are managing to pull the win. In fact, actually, no, I'm nervous now because you are liking the higher odds. What are you going for?
Yeah, this is a week where there's a lot of bets I don't actually agree with. I think anybody who's been watching these videos knows that I have a system, and my system always takes precedence. If it says it's a bet, I follow it. I don't get involved with my personal bias. It's gone for a bloody Leicester win, hasn't it? 5.76 on Pinnacle. Now, I can kind of see why it's done that. Now, Leicester are a good solid side that Spurs have struggled against in the past. We've lost a few games against them, which we probably should have won. And also, Leicester have the kind of tools that really cause us problems. They've got some good, solid players in the middle. They've also got a fair bit of creativity. And Vardy is always a thorn in our side. So I can see why it's done it. I don't like it, but I'm going for it. Leicester to win 5.76.
All right. Well, listen, obviously,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something here. I think that till next week, Stuart will have so many haters on the comment section below the video. After this kind of bets, he usually takes them directly on the chin like that, But I hope that he will go to 35 units of profit. If you remember, he had 1 week with 25 units of profit just on his own there, or even more, I don't remember. So maybe it's another week like that, and he smells the upsets here.
Well, I know exactly. Not. Stuart does take on the chin, and Stuart's generally the one with the last laugh. So no, I agree. But unfortunately, in this one, I'm going head-to-head with Stuart. I think Tottenham will win this one. 1 loss in 5, that was to Manchester United. Leicester, on the other hand, they've been in a bad run here. 4 straight matches, they have not won a match, and it's been 3 losses and a draw. Tottenham at home in front of their fans. I know they're faring slightly. They're not as strong at home as they are away. I'm doing Spurs win and the under 4.5 goals at 2.05. So on the plus side, Team Bankroll will be making profit because obviously that 21.9 units of profit is collective. So whilst individually there's going to be 1 loser, unless there's a draw, Team Bankroll will make money.
Spurs don't draw though. No draws this season.
No draw. Okay, there you go. One of us. I
will bang this drum.
I need the money more, Stu.
Are not at home. They are at Wembley. It is not home.
True.
We are away all season long so far, and we're probably going to be away until...
It's been their away home for a little while now. They've had time to, get used to their temporary digs. When do they move into their new stadium?
It's not going to be for the Arsenal game, but it is going to be soon after, apparently. At the moment, they did some tests today. They did the smoke tests, and it was the smoke and fire alarm system before that was causing the issues. So I know they've already run one of their people tests with a smaller number of people. They've run the smoke test today. Apparently that passed. So they've got to do a test with about 29,000 people, which is going to be an interesting one. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have to get a lot of people in for a reserve match or something. We'll see how that goes.
All right. Obviously, key fixture here: Man City, Chelsea. I have to say, I'm personally leaving this game well alone, but Martin Green is not. What are you going for?
I just think Man City are going to win this one. They're in good form. Got a good result against Arsenal, beat Everton. They're doing just enough to grind out results. And they've got momentum at a crucial time of season. It's imperative that they keep winning. They're in a really strong title race with Liverpool. Chelsea, obviously, they beat Huddersfield 5-0 last time out, but I don't think that's any claim to fame, really, given how poor Huddersfield have been this season. I think Man City have got more quality on the ball, so they should just about edge this one. For a bit more value, I found 1.91 on Man City and under 4.5 goals. Can't see this being a 5-goal thriller.
Yeah, okay. So going for the home side there, a must win for them to fully claim that top spot. Okay, Wolverhampton versus Newcastle, and it is just me. It's Monday night on the television. There's flashlights to say all lights are on them, and they like to put in a performance. It's not just their sort of fans that are watching, but nationwide. So I'm going to go for an Alex Classic on this one. I'm expecting goals from both sides here. 2.9 for the Alex Classic. Both teams score and over 2.5 goals. All right, that's wrapped up now. Premier League. We're moving over to Ligue 1. Stuart, we've got 1, 2, 3 matches from Ligue 1. Take it away.
Yeah, we don't have much from Liga this evening, but there's a couple of interesting matches that I'm sure people will be looking to have an eye on. The first one I've got down is, I actually wrote an article this week on Ligue 1 football, and I said it's a horrible week for Ligue 1 football because every single bet that's come up I thoroughly dislike. So, this one is particularly tough for me because it's two teams that have been really weird, Dijon and Olympique Marseille. Now, every time I've bet on Dijon, they've lost. Every time I bet against them, they've won. So I'm hoping that run ends today because I'm going against them. I reckon Olympique Marseille are going to win this. They are the better side. They're pretty good, really. But they are also really flaky, so you're not quite sure which team's going to come out. But a 2.15 of William Hill, I like that. I think there's some value in it. Then we're going to move on to Paris Saint-Germain against Jordan Bordeaux. And who's on this? Martin, you've got something for us.
I do, yes. I think PSG should win this one. I know they stumbled last weekend, but back at home, they've been impeccable in Paris, and Bordeaux aren't going to pose them too much threat. There's not great value on a straight PSG win, but if you go half-time, full-time, you can get 1.83. I think that is a good price. I think they'll be keen to come flying out of the blocks and put the last result behind them and take charge of this game from the off. So that's my bet, 1.83.
Yes, that's actually a really good set of odds for a PSG game. So, yeah, very nice. On to my next bet, Toulouse FC against Stade Reims. And I'm on Toulouse on this one. Now, again, Toulouse are a side that have been very, very changeable. I think I'd probably bet on them more than anyone this season. And I've won some, I've lost some. I think I'm probably just slightly ahead. I haven't actually checked the record, but yeah. This time I'm on them again. 2.77 with Pinnacle. So I'm hoping this one comes in because that'd be a really nice little fillet just for the weekend. Okay, back to the Bundesliga, I believe.
Back to the Bundesliga, and I'm just having a look here. Yeah, me and Alex are on quite a few. Did we learn our lesson from last week, or was that just a glitch? Dortmund versus Hoffenheim there. Dortmund, again, not a bad price. 1.73. They are undefeated at home. I have to say, I am going to take that one, 1.73. Hopefully not get burnt. I was also wondering whether it's a chance of an Alex Classic. Alex, what are you going for?
It might be a chance for an Alex Classic because Hoffenheim are also scoring goals and Dortmund tend to concede. But I think that Dortmund should get the job done here. 1.73, great odds for a home win, given the fact that Dortmund are unbeaten at home, as you said, and they won 9 matches out of 10. I think that scoring goals is the key for them at home. They scored 34. Averaging 3.4 goals scored per match. I think that we should see plenty of goals from Dortmund, and the Dortmund win at 1.73.
So you're taking Alex Classic and the Dortmund win?
No. I think that we might see an Alex Classic because also Hoffenheim are scoring, but I'm just taking Dortmund to win.
All right. Okay. So both of us on the Dortmund win 1.73. Mönchengladbach versus Hertha Berlin. Alex, Natalie, and Stuart are on this one. Now, obviously, it's quite low. For me, it's not low for the home win, but I'm going to guess Stuart is not on the home win.
I am not on the home win. That is correct. This is my second biggest bet of the evening. So yeah, Hertha Berlin to win 5.55 with Pinnacle. I don't think I'm going to beat that one. I'm done now.
No, that's pretty good. Alex, what are you on?
Stuart opposed Gladbach, I think that 3 times at home this season. He went with the away win. I think that he has his system is giving an error on Bundesliga there, and most of all on Gladbach. Gladbach 9 wins at home, just 3 goals conceded, 9 from 9. I think that they will extend this brilliant record in front of their fans. Gladbach hand over 1.5 goals in the match at 1.95, and I think that Stuart should do something about that Gladbach error on the system.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about
I'm just taking the straight Gladbach win. I have to say, I know Stuart's probably shuddering at the low odds, 1.65. But I just think, Gladbach at home are just not a team to oppose. It seems that everybody is agreeing with me, and everybody. Hertha won't win, Stu. Not in Gladbach, they say. Not in Gladbach, but yeah.
League high 10 clean sheets at home. Oh dear.
No. Barcaman is going for Gladbach and both teams to score no at 2.88. Okay, so next one we've got is Leipzig versus Eintracht Frankfurt. I've been a little bit nervous about Leipzig, although it appears, I know, Alex, you jumped on the train last week. They've been making you money, so I thought it's about time. It's about time that I also join this train. Leipzig, Eintracht Frankfurt, what are you going for?
I'm going for two bets. I'm going for the Alex Classic at 1.91, and I'm going for Eintracht Frankfurt draw double chance at 2.1. If I was so crazy like Stuart, I would go for Eintracht Frankfurt to win at 4.4. But I'm not that crazy. Leipzig are a great side. Absolutely, I agree, and I love them playing. Most of all when they're playing at home. But Eintracht Frankfurt is a great side with an amazing attacking trio, very offensive side. They scored against Dortmund. They hold Dortmund to a 1-1 draw last week. Leipzig without Upamecano, might questionable Timo Werner and Campbell there. The 3 important players might miss this round. This is why I think that Eintracht can pull off the upset here. Maybe not necessarily the upset and return home with the 3 points, but I think that they can return home with 1 point there. But I'm using also my Alex Classic bet at 1.91. How Flash is saying, what you win from that one, you put on the second one. Maybe you win both and go on.
Okay. Damn, I'm scared. I don't like to go. I don't mind sort of going against Stuart's machine because I know it's to do with the long term and everything. Oh God, I don't want to go against Alex. Oh, Martin, what are you going for?
I'm just going to look at the goals market for this one. I think both teams have been exceptional going forwards lately, especially Eintracht Frankfurt. They're one of those teams where you get lots of goals. They're not very good in defence, but they're good at throwing men forward. They take risks. So yeah, it has to be Alex Classic for me at 1.91. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Also, can't believe I missed that Mönchengladbach game. That's got to be a home win for Borussia Mönchengladbach. I definitely want to get on that one, please. I totally missed that when I was looking through all the odds. But yeah, they are. They're very good at home. Sorry, Stuart.
That's what we're here for, Martin, is to also catch. I know there's been a couple of times when you guys have mentioned one. I'm like, whoa, I love that one. I've even also had as well, some of our viewers have mentioned bets, and I'm like, I'm taking that one. So, no, that's what we're here for. So it's just me then on the Leipzig win, 1.81. Oh, God.
I don't know what I'm going for.
Me in negative on the Leipzig win. So I'm going to guess. No, I'm going to stick with my guns. You have to in the end of the day and have confidence in yourself. I know just one place separates them, but quite a difference here. Leipzig at home, Eintracht away. They've just had one home loss all season. They are a strong home side. They come from 2 confident win to nils. Yes, on the road, but I think they're good. I like the Leipzig price 1.81. Everybody watching, what do you think? Obviously, we've heard Team Bankroll here going with Alex Classics and leaning towards going towards the away side. Should I stay on Leipzig? Help save me money.
What is the Stuart's bet for this match?
I'm just about to get to Stuart, crazy Stuart at the end.
Well, Alex said earlier that you could get 4.4. I'm like, just 4.4? Because I found 4.55 on Eintracht Frankfurt. So let's go for that one. Yeah, there's definite value in that. Eintracht Frankfurt, really good side going forward. Leipzig, they're not the side they were a couple of seasons ago.
Okay, so there we go. So just me on. I actually kind of even knew that you were going to be going on. There was no way you were going to be taking one to 1.81. Yeah. What's on your T-shirt, Alex? I saw like a glimpse. I can see Team Bankroll T-shirt.
Kaiser Chiefs?
No. My T-shirt is Kaiser Chiefs,
cool.
soccer football team from South Africa.
Oh.
Not the band.
Very cool. Okay, moving on. We have got. That was the end of Bundesliga. All right, moving on. Serie A now. We have Chievo versus Roma. Martin.
Yeah, Roma blew a 3-goal lead last time out. That was a pretty shocking meltdown from them in the second half. But in their last road trip, sorry. They're not in good form. They lost 7-1 to Fiorentina in the Cup as well. They desperately need a result to get back to winning ways. And I think Chievo is a good team for them to be facing in that regard. They've only won 1 game all season, lost 12. They're turning into the new Benevento at this rate. So I think it's going to have to just be a Roma win for me here. Odds of 1.63.
Okay. And it says Longbow, Leipzig, double chance and both teams to score. Interesting. I've never played it sort of where I play a double chance and both teams to score. Sean Mack, given Leipzig's home record, yes, you should stick to your guns. I'm going to stick to my guns. Okay. There I am. Fiorentina versus Napoli. Or should be a good game here. Alex, what do you like?
I think that it should be a brilliant game here. Yes, absolutely. Fiorentina are coming after some great results, both across all competitions. Just to remind everyone, yes, it was a crazy result for Roma. 7-1 win for Fiorentina in Coppa Italia. I don't think that it will happen again too soon. Fiorentina are scoring goals for fun lately, and I think that they can find the back of the net against Napoli. I was expecting more from Sampdoria last week against Napoli, but they failed to score. Many teams failed to score last week, but I think that this is the week to bet. This is the best week of the season for me. I think that there is plenty of value on this weekend matches. Fiorentina, Napoli, both teams to score for me at 1.75.
All right, Martin, what have you got?
I'm just going to go for both teams to score as well. Yeah, I got 1.77 on that. But yeah, I think 1.75 is a good price as well. Anything around that sort of mark looks good to me. Pretty much agree with everything Alex said there. Fiorentina are in exceptional goal-scoring form at the moment. You'd expect them to get at least 1 goal. But Napoli are very good on the ball too, and they've got a lot of firepower. Fiorentina do concede. So, yeah, I'm thinking goals in that game.
Interesting as well. 2 of the best punters at Team Bankroll here, both going for the same bet. Always makes me intrigued. Want to take the bet myself. All right. Sampdoria versus Frosinone. Alex.
I think that Sampdoria should bounce back after the not shocking defeat, because it was not shocking at all, losing 3-0 away at Napoli. It was very normal. I was expecting them to contribute on the scoreboard, but they didn't. They created some chances, but they missed. I was expecting more from Quagliarella, but probably at 35 years old, he cannot score in every game. So he failed to pass to overcome Batistuta's record for goals scored in consecutive matches. But Frosinone, a bad side in Serie A. Martin mentioned Benevento earlier. I think that Frosinone are there, not exactly like Benevento, and either like Chievo, despite the fact that Chievo should be just 1 point behind them, because Chievo started the domestic league with -3 points due to federation decision. But Frosinone, yeah, very bad side. Just 16 goals scored, the worst attack in the league right now. Sampdoria should easily win this one. I have Sampdoria -1 on the Asian handicap at 1.95.
Stuart, what about Parma being Inter? That was one of my many losing bets from last weekend. I think it was Inter and the under 3.5 goals. Well, the under 3.5 goals came in, but obviously Bologna won. Parma beating Inter, Stuart?
No, probably not. Inter Milan are one of those sides you don't really want to bet on because they continually let you down. I think I'd hate to be an Inter Milan fan, I have to say. Certainly right now, back when they had Mourinho as manager, you could rely on them. They were fine, but nowadays, I think they're a bettor's worst nightmare, and I think they're probably a fan's worst nightmare as well. There's probably a lot more to come from them. I think there's, the one thing about Milan sides is there's always potential to do better. And both these Milan sides now can build and they can improve. And, Italy is a country where, you don't have one side that's, yes, Juventus have dominated, but they haven't dominated to the point that no other team can catch up.
Yeah.
I think they can be caught, certainly because I think the Juventus side is getting on a bit. But they need to do some work and they need to invest some money. And that's where the issue lies.
Yeah. And you guys warned me last week as well, but there I did. I stuck to my gun. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I worry about Leipzig now. But Longbow says, I'm on Inter. They have to bounce back sometime. I thought that last week. So just be careful. Sometimes it's good to wait for them to bounce back and then jump on them rather than betting with your money each week until they do. Can sometimes turn out to be not so good in the pocket.
I think that's called a gambler's fallacy.
Yes. So tread carefully. I learned my lesson. So, all right. We are at Sassuolo we're at Torino versus Udinese, Stuart.
Yeah, another big one for everybody. Udinese 5.4 with Bet Victor. All of these bets are system bets. These are not crazy ones that I've just come up with myself. This is exactly the same system we've been using all year long for the last few years and have made money. And it's weeks like this that can come out really, really good or really, really bad. Yeah. So we'll see which way this one goes. I'm quite confident about some of these, I have to say.
Yeah, but don't forget as well, these are all like one unit bets. And so even if you lose more than you win, you're still going to make money with those odds. So what we will do, I'll do a special track of how you specifically did for those that are interested next week when we pull up the profits, just so you can see those higher odds there. A lot of the time when we talk about value betting, this is exactly what we are talking about. It just depends if you have the confidence to go for it. It's all about a little bit of confidence too. Sassuolo versus Juventus. Myself and Martin are on this one. Obviously, I opened this video, Parma and Juventus drawing 3-3. We have been on the Juventus and the under 4.5 train, which has made us money. Are you back on the train, Martin?
I'm on this train and it's only failed to pay off about 3 times this season. And every time it's been when I was either not on the show or it was a midweek game that we didn't cover. So every time I've backed it, and I've bet on it myself as well, it's come in. So I'm absolutely not stopping now. Away at Sassuolo, I think they should win. I don't think it's going to be a goal fest. It's not the way that Juventus play. They're, they've got a 9-point cushion, so they can afford to take it easy, but I don't think that's their style. I think they want to go there and get a result and put more distance between them and Napoli. So I'm all over Juventus and the under 4.5 goals at 1.91. I think that's a very good set of odds.
Yeah. What do you say? 1.91.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've got as well. It has been a casher. I'm hoping that was a blip. And I think that's it. They obviously, the bookies brought it down to under 3.5. That still made us money. I think from this draw up, it's gone again. And we are going to cash in on that value. Juventus in the under 4.5 goals. Okay. Sorry, I keep losing myself. There we go. AC Milan versus Cagliari. Alex.
I'm going AC Milan halftime, full-time at 2.1. I think that they will return to winning ways after 2 draw matches. They have a great striker right now. Higuain left, but Christoph Piatek is in. He scored 3 goals in his first 2 matches for AC Milan. Great transfer for AC Milan. He scored 2 against Napoli and 1 last round in the 1-1 draw against Roma away. Now they are home. They are in 4th place there. Lazio, if they win today, they will overcome AC Milan, so they should return to their 4th spot with a clear win against Cagliari, a very poor Cagliari side, who are winless in their last 4 matches, losing 3 in the process, and in all 3 of them they failed to find the back of the net. So AC Milan, halftime, full-time, 2.1.
Okay. Just going for the back to the Juventus. Longbow says Juve banker for me. Nolly Knowles is taking it a step further here, or 2 steps further, and going for Juventus and the under 2.5 goals, -109.
You'll get better odds than that on Juventus and under 2.5 goals, I think.
I was going to say, because if we're getting one, exactly.
Shop around for your odds, because I'm pretty confident that you would get much better odds than that. Let me just have a look for you. I mean, you
SBRodds.com. That's where you should go and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
2.35 or something.
Yeah. Okay, Getafe, Celta, Vigo, Stuart.
Getafe, Celta, Vigo. I think you can kind of guess where I'm going on this one, can't you? Celta Vigo, 4.64 with Pinnacle.
Okay.
One more big one to come. One more
big one to come. Okay, Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid, the clash of the Titans. Atletico Madrid there. What are you going for, Martin?
I very, very rarely play the draw. I always back a winner, but in this one I'm going for the draw. These teams always seem to draw with each other when they meet in the league. Real Madrid seem to get the better of Atletico in the latter stages of the Champions League, but when it comes to La Liga, there's very little to split these teams. We see a lot of 1-alls, and I've got 3.36 on the draw. I think that looks good. Real Madrid are in good form, but Atletico are very strong at home.
Alex, do you agree?
I totally agree, and I hope that we'll see a draw with goals, because they have both teams to score at 1.8. I think that the 1-1 draw should be sufficient for this match. I was expecting the same yesterday in Copa del Rey between Barcelona and Real Madrid. I was talking on Twitter with some friends, and I said that I'm expecting a draw, but with goals. This is why I played in my daily 2.0 bet both teams to score in Barcelona versus Real Madrid. Juventus and under 2.5 goals is at plus 300, 4.0. Yeah. Shop around for your odds. Maybe he wanted to say the whole match to go under 2.5 goals, but also that I think that is better than minus 109. I think that is around, let me check, is at plus 104.
At
2.04 in European odds. So shop around for your odds there. So both teams to score. Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid at 1.8. Given the fact that Real Madrid have a tough schedule. First yesterday with Barcelona and Copa del Rey. Now with Atletico Madrid in La Liga. Next week, at the beginning of next week, against Ajax in Champions League. All 3 matches away. If they would have a slightly better schedule, I would go with Real Madrid, because I think that they are in great shape in the last period of time.
Yeah, Nolly Knoll says, yes, entire match. That's all I bet. And then just reading some of the chats here, Arjun says, Nolly Knowles king of the under. Interesting. We've
Yeah, yeah.
got king of
I
the
wanted
Asian
to- I
handicap,
wanted to
which
say
is
to you
Bernardo.
that-
Really? We got king of the Asian handicap, Bernardo Balthazar. We've got king of the ACCA, which is Alex. King of the crazy, which is Stu. We got king of the big spike, which is Martin. And now we have king of the under. We're just a bunch of kings all giving up, specializing. That's interesting to be an unders better. I think that must be a nervous.
Noli knows is giving free tips out on Twitter, and he's always saying, because he's always betting on under 2.5 goals. He said that make unders great again. This is what the president is using.
Yeah. Well, Stuart as well likes to play always like the away side. I like the home side. But yeah, we've all got our sort of like niches and things that we feel confident in. So that's interesting. King of the unders, Nolly Knowles. Okay. And that's also as well to bet the Juve coming from that from a 6-goal match there, going for the unders. Nolly Knowles going for the unders. Okay. Espanyol Rayo Vallecano, Stuart.
Yeah, the away side that you just said there, them to win this one at 4.75 with Bet365. I'm not even trying it. I got pilloried last time for trying to say that one. So yeah. Them for 4.75 with Bet365.
Okay, going for
safer.
them.
Just safer.
Rayo Vallecano. The 2 L's is a Y.
Rayo
right, so
Vallecano.
Sevilla match. It is me. Sevilla versus Eibar. Yes, Sevilla do struggle on the road. They've had a lot of road matches recently, which they have been losing. They struggle on the road. Just one win. But they have the home advantage, and it's at home that they do shine. They beat Levante 5-0 with the home advantage. They then drew to Atletico 1-1. They've only lost. They win or they draw. They've only lost once, and that was back in mid-September, and that was to Getafe. So I'm going to take that price of Sevilla at 1.72. Prognosticos Deportivo, what do you think? Sevilla to win the match? Let us know.
Yep. And under 4.5.
Final match here, Athletic Bilbao versus Barcelona. Everybody but me is on this one. Stuart, which one are you going for? I was trying to guess here. Athletic Bilbao?
Yeah, Athletic Bilbao, of course.
Barcelona?
Yeah, he's got it. I'm on Barcelona on this one. I said I had some big ones. This is not the big one. But Barcelona, such a good sign. I mean, they rotated in their last match against Real Madrid. They still managed to score a goal and look good at times and put together some really good moves. So yeah, I think Barcelona to win this one should be eminently achievable for them. And 1.7 William Hill, it shows you can find value in the big odds and the small odds, but there is a value there.
There is a value there. And sometimes I've remembered even back in the day when you've even quoted odds of 1.5 or 1.6, but you said that there is value. Okay, one for the Barcelona win. Martin, you on the Barcelona win?
I'm also on the Barcelona win. I think I'm going to make this my banker of the week. I really fancy Barcelona to win this one. They're only 4 points clear of Atletico Madrid in the title race, and they really need to keep picking up the points. Messi was out with a thigh injury. He was on the bench in their game against Real Madrid. But if he was fit enough for the bench, I think with a few more days, he should at least feature at some point in this game. You got Suarez, Malcolm, Coutinho. They've got enough firepower to gun down Athletic Bilbao here. And yeah, I got 1.72, which I think is a very good price. Okay,
1.72. Longbow says, how is Barca 1.7? Good question. Barca man's going for Barca -1 at 2.07. Alex, what are you going for?
When you find Barcelona at 1.72, doesn't matter if home or away, and they're not playing a top side like whatever, Real Madrid, Bayern, PSG or something, and they're playing just Athletic Bilbao, one of their favorite opponents in the league in the history. I think that you should take them. And yeah, I'm still struggling to find my banker for the week. It's very, very tough to decide on one game.
Right, I agree with you. Actually, I was almost wanting to do, because sometimes we slightly bend the rules. So in Premier League punters, I was so tempted to just say, I'm going to do 2 bankers, but I thought, oh, that might be a bit unfair. So no, I
You are
agree.
allowed. You are allowed because you are the host.
No,
so
but
you
yeah,
are
like,
allowed to bend the
we
rules.
changed
You set
some
the
rules.
rules.
Like we kind of add now like 2 bets to a match, but then sometimes there's been times when they've wanted to add like 3 bets. I'm like, oh, pushing it now. Like, so I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed, but I agree with you. Which banker do you go for? I'm going to go for the Barcelona win. I actually missed that one, and absolutely Barcelona at 1.72. I think I breezed past that match because I didn't even look at the odds. I just thought Barcelona were going to be too short, so I just even breezed past it. But 1.72, hell yeah, I'll take that one too. And that is also a good. That is a good banker. All right. There we go. We've gone through all our games, all of our best bets. And now, for those who missed some, want to write them down, we are going to run through them. Martin, you are top of the leaderboard with 19 units of profit. So tell us what you've got.
Yeah, again, I think I did well to miss last weekend, but hopefully we can keep the run going. I'm going to go for Man United to beat Fulham 1.65, Arsenal to beat Huddersfield 1.64, Southampton to beat Cardiff 1.77, both teams to score at 1.73 in the Watford v Everton game, Man City and under 4.5 goals at 1.91 versus Chelsea, PSG half-time full-time against Bordeaux 1.83, Alex Classic in the Leipzig versus Eintracht Frankfurt game, 1.91. Roma to pick up an away win at Chievo at 1.63. Sassuolo v Juventus. I'm going to go for Juventus and the under 4.5 goals at 1.91. Meant to say that I want to get on that Mönchengladbach win as well. I like that bet a lot. Draw in the Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid game, 3.36. And finally, banker Barcelona 1.72 to beat Athletic Bilbao. If I'm looking at a double, how about PSG and Manchester United?
Ooh, Manchester United. Okay. Alex, there. What are you going for?
Don't worry, you missed last week, but we will cut you 7 units of profit just like that to feel how it is missing.
I would have lost them, definitely.
Okay, Manchester United and over 1.5 goals at 1.9. Arsenal -1 on the Asian handicap at 2.1, which is also my banker for this week. Gladbach and over 1.5 goals at 1.95. Dortmund to beat Hoffenheim at 1.73. Leipzig Eintracht, Alex Classic at 1.91 and Eintracht draw double chance at 2.1. Fiorentina Napoli both team to score at 1.77. Sampdoria -1 on the Asian handicap at 1.95. AC Milan halftime full time at 2.1. Madrid Real, the Madrid derby, both team to score at 1.8. Bilbao Barcelona to win, of course, at 1.72. And my double is Barcelona and Barcelona to win and Manchester United to win. Yes, Manchester United to win.
Look at you and Martin are very similar pages this week. Smell some profit. Stuart, remind us of these crazies that you are dishing out.
Okay, so West Ham to win against Crystal Palace, away at Crystal Palace, odds of 3.8 with Bet Victor. Zaha will be missing that one, so that's actually not a bad set of odds. Yeah. Leicester to win against Tottenham, don't like that one, 5.76 with Pinnacle. Marseille in Liga to win away against Dijon FCO, the Mustard Men, 2.15 with William Hill. Toulouse to win against Stade Reims, 2.77 with Pinnacle. Hertha Berlin, the one that nobody liked, to win against Mönchengladbach, odds of 5.55 with Pinnacle. Eintracht Frankfurt to win away against RB Leipzig, 4.55 with Pinnacle. I'm making that my banker this week. Udinese to win away against Torino, 5.4 with Bet Victor. Celta Vigo to win away on the road against Getafe, 4.64 with Pinnacle. Rayo Vallecano to win on the road against Espanyol, 4.75 with Bet365. Barcelona to win on the road against Athletic Bilbao, 1.7 with William Hill. My banker, as I said, is Eintracht Frankfurt. My double will be a West Ham and Barcelona.
Okay, all right. Last but not least is me. My notes are a little bit all over the place, so I'm going to hunt them down. Fulham, Manchester United, I'm going for the Alex Classic at 2.01. Arsenal, I'm going for the Arsenal win at 1.65. I am going for Southampton and the under 4.5 goals, and those odds are 2.05. I am going for Tottenham. I'm going head-to-head with Stuart. Ooh, those notes are actually on my laptop. I am going for Tottenham and the under 4.5 goals, and those odds are 2.05. And Wolves versus Newcastle, the Alex Classic at 2.9. Then I'm going to go for the Dortmund win at 1.77, wherever those notes are. 1.73, sorry. I'm going to go for Mönchengladbach home win there, 1.65. I am going for the Leipzig win, 1.81. My most scared bet, I have to say. Sevilla win, I think, is the next one. Nope, Juventus and the under 4.5 goals at odds of 1.91. Then I am going for the Sevilla win at 1.72. And I am going for Barcelona to win, also at 1.72. My two-team parlay is going to be Arsenal and Barcelona. And my banker is going to be the Mönchengladbach win. Whew, there we go. We've done it, boys. This week's bet's in the bag. Fingers crossed. Let's make some profit. Everybody, best of luck. I'm loving the comments. It looks like a lot of us are on the same page. It either means we're going to make tons of money this weekend or we're all going to lose. So one or the other. I'm a positive kind of person, so I think we're going to make lots of money. Straight after this, in fact, in 4 minutes, me and Alex are going to get together. We're going to run through, he's got some parlays for the weekend. And so we're going to run through those. It's going to be on a hangout on Odds Market. It's going to be our new home at some point, Odds Market. So go over, give it a subscribe, make sure you're following so you can come and check out what we're doing there. We've got new shows planned as well. Don't forget, next week, Team Bankroll t-shirt Valentine competition. So hope to see you there. Valentine's Day, a hard one to forget. Yes, yes. All right. Thank you to Alex.
Valentine's Day when on the Europa League evening. So our wives or girlfriends or whatever we have, or boyfriends or wherever, they will love that evening. We will watch only football.
Oh, here's the test of love. What do you choose, Europa League or your loved one? Yes. And also, of course, Europa League and Champions League are back next week. I've also got some new guests that may be making an appearance. So come check them out. But best of luck, obviously, to the crew here, Stuart, Martin and Alex. And we'll see you guys soon. Best of luck, guys. And thank you very much.
Yeah. Best of luck,
everyone. Guys.